Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Mercedes. In today's video, I have swatches and polishes to share with you all from the Little Box of Horrors for the month of August.
Show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet.
Now, if you haven't heard of what Little Box of Horrors is, it's a monthly collab between indie makers. They come together every month and they create limited edition items based off of like a common theme. So the big common theme is like mystery, sci-fi, paranormal, horror, thriller, and then it always drills down a little bit deeper for each of the months. So for the month of August, we have the Hobbit trilogy, and then we also have the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Little Box of Horrors is always open the 22nd of the month, and then they close on the 30th. Wishlisting for the site opens up on the 18th, so you have some time before shop opens, before they're live and ready, to sort of look through on the website and see what's available, and then add to your wish list for when shop opens. Now, some of these items are capped, meaning that there's only a certain amount that are created, and then once they sell out, that is it. You can't get your hands on them anymore. What I love about Little Box of Horrors is that you have a lot of smaller indie makers that collaborate with this theme, with this box. So it gives you the opportunity to sort of look around and see what other makers are creating, what new brands there may be. Because there's definitely brands on Little Box of Horrors that are not on Hella Handmade or Polished Pickup, like our bigger collabs. This is a pre-order, so you'll get your order within 3 to 4 weeks after shop closes. All right, everybody, let's get into the swatches.
First up, we have BCB Lacquers, and this one is called My Precious, priced at $13.75 and capped at 150 bottles. And I'm sorry I sound so horrible. I have a nasty cold and it's all in my chest and throat, and I was trying to hold off to see if I could maybe get some clarity in my voice, but it just wasn't happening, and I didn't want to hold off any longer. But this one's inspired by Gollum. It is a dark gray crelly with a red, orange, gold, green shifting shimmer. It had a fantastic formula. I thought I was going to need 3 coats with this one, but you guys saw in that second coat, we got full opacity. We're able to see a lot of that beautiful red, orange, gold shimmer that shifts all throughout. But what I really love about this is that dark, intense base. It definitely has some like smoky vibes to it. I feel like it has some brown undertones in there. I see the gray, but I also see a lot of brown, which I love. This is going to be perfect for the fall time. I can see it's a beautiful dark polish, and then you have that really bright red orange shimmer running throughout. It just screams fall for me. Pictured are 2 coats of BCB Lacquers by Precious with a glossy top coat. BCB Lacquers is also bringing us If You Want Him, Come and Claim Him, priced at $13.75. This one is capped at 150 bottles, and it's inspired by Lord of the Rings. It is a dark navy jelly with a blue purple shimmer. So similar to our previous polish, you guys see that first coat, we do go on a bit sheer, but we can see all of the beautiful shimmer already. And then on the second coat, look at that amazing coverage we get. This one is really chock full of that blue purple shimmer. It is literally jam-packed in this bottle. There is no space left blank for the twinkleness to shine on through. It definitely gives me like those inky sort of vibes. I love it, the darker mysterious shifts that we get. Again, beautiful for the fall time, beautiful for winter as well. I feel like these sorts of shades, any sort of blue shade, is perfect for the winter time. And I love how we have that shimmer in there that sort of brings back the light into this darker polish. Pictured are 2 coats of BCB Lacquers. If You Want Him, Come and Claim Him, with a glossy top coat. Correct polish is bringing us Lord of the Greens, priced at $13 and capped at 200 bottles. It is described as an apple green with gold, green, magenta flakes, and orange to gold shimmers. So like if you love green polishes, if you love those sort of pruggly shades, you're gonna really enjoy this one. I know I did, and I'm a big fan of the like pruggly, not so very likable green shades, which I know a lot of you like, but then we have a lot that don't either. I ended up building this one up in 3 coats. I think whether you have long or short nails, 3 coats is gonna work best for you. I totally agree with the description of this being an apple green. I can totally see Granny Smith apple vibes on the nail. I absolutely love the flakies in here, especially those magenta ones. because of the contrast that we're getting. We see a lot of the beautiful gold, a lot of the orange to gold shimmers just scattered all throughout. Really, the components mixed in with this base color is just perfection. I feel like the components really bring back more of the prettiness to like this sort of swampier sort of green, and I love it. This one is definitely like a fall Halloween polish for sure. Pictured are 3 coats of cracked polish, Lord of the Greens, with a glossy top coat. Here we have Jen and Berries, and this one is called Certainty of Death, priced at $13.50 and capped at $150. And the inspiration is Gimli when pondering the task of going up against Sauron. Hopefully I'm saying these names correctly, because I have not watched anything Lord of the Rings related. But this one's described as a dusty mauve base loaded with intense copper gold green shifting shimmer and a dusting of holographic micro flakies. I built this one up in 2 coats. I think if you have longer nails, you may benefit from a 3rd coat, but 2 coats on my like semi-short nails was perfect. And oh my, that beautiful glow that we're getting. It definitely has an intense like copper gold glow with the shifting shimmer. The dusting of holographic flakies just gives you that extra little like wink of sparkle. You guys can totally see it in the still photo, and you'll see it towards the end, but you definitely get those little slight twinkles running throughout. And then just the mauve base itself, we can see it, but I think what is taking over are all of the beautiful like shifting shimmers, which I'm not mad at. I feel like this will be a beautiful polish for the fall time as well. Pictured are 2 coats of Jen and Berries, Certainty of Death, with a glossy top coat. Jen and Berries is bringing us a second polish that goes along with our first one. So they're like a duo. They're sold separately, but it's like a duo of polishes together with a theme. This one is called Small Chance of Success, priced at $13.50. And it's capped at 150 bottles. This one's described as a berry purple base with blue purple shifting shimmer and holographic micro flakies. Amazing formula. You saw 2 coats. I got full opacity on my shorter nails. Longer nails, you could do a 3rd coat. I think it's gonna depend on your nail length, on how visible your nail line is, I should say. But again, we get another glowy polish. That blue purple shifting shimmer is so strong. It is just scattered all throughout the nail. We can see it sandwiched in the layers of the polish. And then our berry purple base is still very prominent. We're still able to see the actual color, and the shimmer doesn't take away from that at all. So these components are working with each other, and I love it. Pictured are 2 coats of Jen and Berries, Small Chance of Success, with a glossy top coat. Next up we have Night Owl Lacquer, and this one is called When All Other Lights Go Out, priced at $13, and there is no cap. And it's inspired by the quote from Galadriel. Hopefully I said that right. But this is a gray linear holographic with aqua blue indigo shimmer. And I'm going to show it off in some sunlight that I had just so you can see. But as we're building it up, the hollow pigment is so strong you can already see it peeking through. I did go in for 3 coats. I think 3 coats on everybody is gonna look beautiful. This reminds me of just like a dusty, almost like a washed out light denim sort of vibe or look. I love the indigo shifts that we see from that shimmer. Like in certain angles, it just looks like almost like a thermal kind of, like certain angles in lower lighting you get like deeper shifts, different like deeper colors on your nails, on like certain pieces of your nail. But here it is in some sunlight. It wasn't like the most sunniest day, but I just wanted to show it off so you guys could see the hollow. It is super hollow. That pigment is in there and like ready to sparkle and shine. You can already see that based off of me swatching it without any sun. So I think this one for the winter time, just based off of how strong that hollow pigment is going to be perfect, because you're still going to be able to enjoy the hollow even if you don't have like a lot of sun. Pictured are 3 coats of Night Owl Lacquer, When All Other Lights Go Out, with a glossy top coat. Peculiar Polish is bringing us Balrog, priced at $13.50 and capped at $60. Now, Balrogs are known for their fiery and shadowy forms. They can wield whips and swords and are feared for their immense power. This is described as an orange shimmer base with red to orange flame-colored shifting flakies. So you can definitely wear this on its own, which I'm going to show you. Or if you wanted to use it as a topper, you could, but I'm going to show it just built up on its own. There goes my cat. Did you guys hear him? I built this one up in 3 coats. I think 3 coats will work beautifully whether you have short or long nails. It gives you just this very like ethereal vibe on the nails. I really love that like red pinky sort of shift that you guys see in the center. And then the flakies in here, they provide enough like color to give off the beautiful shifts, but they don't steal the magic from that orange shimmery base. It is so pretty. Pictured are 3 coats of Peculiar Polish Balrog with a glossy top coat. Peculiar Polish is also bringing us Shadow Fox. This one will be priced at $13.50 and capped at $60. And the inspiration is Lord of All Horses. This one is a solar polish, so it's a white to cement gray solar, and it has a glorious pearl white shimmer running all throughout. Now for this one, I did decide to do 3 coats, and it built up beautifully. It just gave me very fresh vibes on the nail. The shimmer, I think, to me anyways, is a larger particle shimmer, but it is stunning. I love the like pearlescent white look that we have on the nail. I know sometimes with white polishes, at least for me, like I don't like the starkness. Sometimes it can lean to like a chalky sort of effect, but with this one I found that white to be a beautiful shade of like a pearly white. And then here it is when I charged it with my UV light. So in solar, I usually tend to swatch at nighttime, so sometimes I don't have like natural sunlight to actually change the polish. So but in the daylight, in the sunlight, if you charge it up, it's going to turn to this beautiful like gray, almost like green olive tone color on the nail. We're still getting a lot of pearlescent like vibes with this, even in the darker state. I love how there's so much light that just reflects and bounces off of the nail because of that beautiful white shimmer. Pictured are 3 coats of Peculiar Polish Shadow Fox with a glossy top coat. Next up, we have Rain Dance Lacquer, and this is called Welcome to Humans, priced at $13.50 and capped at 30 bottles. The inspiration is Love, Death, and Robots. It is a sheer medium blue jelly polish, and it has a pink-purple glow that shifts to green at extreme angles, and we also have holographic flakies in here. Now, I did build this one up in 3 coats, and it gave me this really beautiful, like, on the periwinkle spectrum, but a little bit darker than our cornflower periwinkle blue. But I really love it. It does have that really extreme like purpley pinky glow running all throughout the nail. There's a heaping amount of the holographic flakies in here. This one I feel like is an all year round polish. You can wear it in the summer, in the spring, definitely in the winter if you want to add a little more color back to your nails, especially after wearing like vampy colors in the winter time. So definitely enjoyed this one. Pictured are 3 coats of Rain Dance Lacquer, Welcome to Humans, with a glossy top coat. Rain Dance Lacquer is also bringing us a Rodrian, priced at $13.50 and capped at 50 bottles, and this is a depiction of Mordor. It is a black jelly polish with lots and lots of silver hollow micro glitters in various shapes and sizes, and it's also a magnetic polish, so it has the magnetic pigment shifts through different shades of red, orange, and gold depending on the lighting and the angle. I am so sorry for my voice. I am struggling right now just to sound normal, so please just bear with me. But this one, oh my gosh, in love with this one. Now on my middle finger I have it in its velvet form, which I think is beautiful, and I think in the velvet form you can see more of a green shift. With the cat eye version, you can definitely see some of the green at certain like extreme angles, but I feel like it's more visible at those same angles when you have it in the velvet form. This one is definitely like that spooky cat eye look that you want to get for Halloween. I love this. I love the colors, the darker base, that caramel like shift running all throughout. It is stunning, stunning, stunning. Pictured are 3 coats of Rain Dance Lacquer Aerodrium with a glossy top coat. Rain Dance Lacquer is also bringing us a 3rd polish called Mistress of Magic, priced at $13.50 and capped at $50. And the inspiration is Galadriel from the Rings of Power. It is a teal jelly polish that has boots of purple aurora shimmer and scattered silver reflective glitter. So you know I'm going to love this because of the reflective glitter. I would agree it is jelly in formulation, but it builds up wonderfully. I'm definitely going to say 3 coats for everybody with this one, but look at how beautiful this is. I love the darker, intense shifts that we're getting, but they're like a darker, almost like a swampier green that we're seeing, right? And then in the center, we're really focused on the brighter colors. So that blue, a little bit of a purple glow in there. And then the silver reflective glitter just adds more light and airiness and brightness back into the polish. I love this one. This is definitely a January polish for me. Picture are 3 coats of Rain Dance Lacquer, Mistress of Magic with a glossy top coat. Victorian Varnish is bringing us One Does Not Simply Walk into Mordor, priced at $13.50 and capped at 150 bottles, and the inspiration is the viral quote about Mordor. It is a smoky gray base with intense red, orange, copper, bronze aurora shimmer, black microflakes, and scattered linear hollow and red fire hollow glitters with golden and silver reflectives. So we got a lot going on here, but look at how beautifully this one builds up in 3 coats. I am absolutely loving the base color that we're seeing here. We definitely see some of that smoky gray at extreme angles because all of the components in here, that shimmer is just taken on over, and I'm all for it. We get this really pretty orangey, coppery, like bronze look on the nail. We're seeing a lot of green at extreme angles. The flakies in here, the reflective glitter, the hollow glitters, everything is just so beautiful. I love like a kitchen sink busy polish, especially when all the components work so wonderfully together. And I know I say this every single time about the Victorian Varnish polishes, but anytime there's like a busy polish and I'm reading off the description, I'm always like, yep, I see that. Yep, it's there. Yep, it's there. Like we don't miss out on anything. Like because one is taking over the other, or one is a little more heavier handed inside of the polish. Everything is perfectly depicted and you can see it on your nails, and that's what I love about the busy Victorian Varnish polishes. But if this one doesn't scream fall, then like I don't know guys, because this is definitely a fall polish for me. Picture 3 coats of Victorian Varnish. One Does Not Simply Walk into Mordor with a glossy top coat. And Zombie Claw is bringing us Hearth Light of the Shire. This one's priced at $13.75 and capped at 50 bottles. It's inspired by Hearth Light of the Shire. It is a glitter base with different shades and sizes of orange glitters. This one was definitely fun, and again, I sound like a broken record, but it's perfect for the fall months. I actually really love all the different shapes and sizes we're getting. I love the glitters, like everything just is super sparkly. Now you see this one built up on its own, but I'm also going to show it off to you guys swatched over a black swatch stick just so you can get a feel for it. You can definitely wear this on its own. I think for me, what I do is pair it with like a darker base. I think it would look lovely. So let me show it off really quick. Just built up on like 1 coat on the black swatch stick. The glitters definitely make more of a statement. Not that they can't already, but there's just something that's super like vibrant and more intense when you have it over a darker shade. So definitely want to wear this one over something darker. Pictured are 3 coats of Zombie Claw, Hearth Light of the Shire with a glossy top coat.
All right, everybody, I do have a couple favorites. The first one being from Rain Dance Lacquer. It's called Mistress of Magic. It is this beautiful like teal blue shade. It has a reflective glitter, which is probably why I love it so much. But the blue, that specific shade of blue, is so flattering. It is a really pretty like standout blue. It's like not too bright, and I can definitely wear it for summertime, but I feel like this specific shade of like teal blue is like meant to be worn in the winter. I love wearing blue polishes in January. I just feel like blue in January just go hand in hand, or just blue polishes for the winter. Maybe because, like, I don't know, frost and snow, I just think of blue. I love like that subtle green shift that we get. And I know there's not like green shimmer in there. This is like a teal polish, so I would assume that there'd be some green in there. But you can definitely see it on the nails. You can see it in the swatch photos. I really like that added touch where it's like not completely blue, and it has like a little bit of that green shift. And then of course the sparkliness just steals my heart. And then the second Rain Dance Lacquer polish, which I don't know how to pronounce because I am not familiar with the theme. I did not watch Lord of the Rings or anything, and I know I probably should. I know it's a magnetic, but there's just something about it that looks so good. I think it's like, it just looks like a cat eye. Like obviously the cat eye magnetic effect, but it looks like cat eyes, like just cat eyes in a movie, in a cartoon. Like that's what it really looks like. And I think it looks really nice in either form, whether you do it in the velvet form or if you do it in the cat eye version. Obviously, you're gonna get more like of a stark contrast when you do the cat eye, but the velvet form also looks really nice because it just brings out more of those like nice caramel tones. All right, everybody, that is all that I have for you today. Let me know what you're planning on picking up. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.